All right, welcome back everybody to a brand new video here on the second channel. Today we got some more new cards to look at that got revealed in our March set journey together. We got a brand new EX, a new Volcanion EX, and some more new Hops cards. I'm not going to lie, Hops looking pretty broken with all the support that it has been getting with this new set. I'm excited to look at the new cards that got revealed here in today's video. If you didn't check out yesterday's video, make sure to go watch it. Pokemon finally announced rotation and the potential return of Mega Evolutions to the TCG. So you definitely want to check out yesterday's video if you haven't watched it already. And I'll leave a link to PokeBeach here, the set I'm using, down in the description below. And if you're new here to the channel, make sure to subscribe down below. We're on the road to, of course, 20,000 subscribers. We're getting close, so I'd really appreciate if you help me reach that goal. So yeah, let's take a look at these new cards that got revealed this morning. We also looked at a new Tyranitar that got revealed yesterday in the video, but it was like okay. So we got a brand new Magmortar here. I love Magmortar. It's one of my favorite Pokemon from Gen 4, so I'm always happy to see it get cards. This one is like okay. It's got the ability Magma Surge. During Pokemon Checkup, put 3 more damage counters on your opponent's burn Pokemon, which isn't the worst ability ever. Burn is probably one of the weaker special conditions to use. I mean, Confusion, Paralysis, Poison are pretty good in the format, but Magmortar kind of gets the short end of the stick. Now, Burn isn't terrible. It is technically more damage. We just haven't really seen enough good Burn cards to warrant Magmortar being good, but you do get to do more damage with Burn with the help of Magma Surge. You know, if someone gets knocked out by Burn, it would bypass Pheasantipity, so it does have its value. You just have to figure out good ways to make Magmortar work. I'm pretty sure there's I might be wrong about this. There's a Pyroar in the format, I think. That might have actually been from the last format. I can't remember if it was in like the previous rotation or not, but I think there might be a Pyroar or a Centiskorch. There's some there. I think there's a Pokemon in the format with a similar ability. But this Magmortar will be good with the new Volcanion EX. So Volcanion's got that ability, Scorching Steam. Once your turn as this Pokemon is in the active spot, you may make your opponent's active Pokemon burn. So if you want to make your opponent's active burned, play the Volcanion EX, use his ability, burn their active, boom, you got yourself your combo. And that's not bad at all, right? So you can do even more burn damage with Volcanion. I think that's, what, 5 damage with burn? Burn's 2 or 3 damage counters. I can't remember. That's how little I use burn in the TCG. It's 2 or 3 damage counters. So effectively, that's going to be 5 or 6 damage you're doing extra. Now, Volcanion does have the attack Heat Cyclone, which is 160 damage. You move an energy from this Pokemon to one of your bench Pokemon. Now, I think that if you're going to play this kind of burn combo, Volcanion isn't really going to be your main attacker. It just is a little too weak. Fire is getting a bit worse, actually, with rotation, because we are going to be losing a Magma Basin, so Volcanion won't have Basin to work with. It can play Armarouge, I guess, and that's about it. So this card probably won't be a good attacker. Though its attack isn't that terrible, just doesn't do enough damage, it's 220 HP, and it's easy food for a lot of Pokemon. I think overall, the goal of the deck is going to be something similar to what we see with the Cloth deck, where you are going to probably put a Latias EX in play. You're going to use Latias' ability, use Volcanion, promote it, burn your opponent with Magmortar on the bench, kind of like you would have the Brubana in play, and then you would just, like, retreat into another attacker. So you're just doing more damage with the support of the burn package. So, in my opinion, that's how the Volcanion is going to see play. I don't think it's actually a good attacker. Even if you're going to play an Armarouge deck, I still don't think you're probably going to run it. I mean, I guess you would. It is doing more damage, technically. But yeah, I do think that Volcanion Magmortar, the package is cool, and we might see some kind of engine with Latias. I think that's probably the best way to play it. More of a support ability than an actual, like, main attacker focus of the deck with the Volcanion. You're probably just going to use this combo in a similar way you use Brute Bonnet and Radiant Sneasler, in my opinion. That's the way I look at it. But it's not bad at all, for sure. So yeah, we do have a new Wailord here. Wailord does get some pretty funky cards. This one is pretty interesting. It's got 240 HP, so right off the bat, this thing is a thick monster. 240 HP. Bro, that's more health than Iron Hands EX. There's more health than Roaring Moon. That's the same HP as our Raging Bolt EX. Kind of wild. And it does have that attack here. Hydro Pump for 4 colorless energy, does 10 damage. This deck does 50 more damage for each water energy on this Pokemon. So, pretty simple stuff. You just load up the Wailord with waters, you hit hard, and you have a lot of HP. Now, you can combine Wailord with, like, Luxurious Cape to give it 340 HP, which is kind of hilarious. You can do some cool things with this card. Obviously, the best way to play it is going to be within a Baxcalibur deck, where you can use its ability, Super Cold, to charge up your Wailord. That's probably going to be the best way to play it. Keep in mind, though, Wailmer, well, it does have a lot of HP. Wailmer cannot be searched out via Buddy Buddy Poffin, so the deck might be a little inconsistent, and obviously the argument can be made Shenpao is just a better Wailord. Though keep in mind, Wailord does keep the energy on itself. It also has more HP than Shenpao, so theoretically speaking, it is stronger than Shenpao. It doesn't do as much damage, but it can be stronger. I don't know. Wailord's cool. It'll be a fun. I don't even know if it'll be Bad Deck Friday. Like it could be maybe better than Bad Deck Friday. Like it's a pretty solid card. A lot of HP, decent damage. The multiplier is not bad at all. There's enough support for it. It's probably going to be decent. Baxcalibur doesn't really lose a whole lot other than Radiant Greninja and the Bibarel engine, but we can maybe play like Revavroom. I mean, Greninja's a pretty bad loss. There's not really a replacement for that. But you can play Revavroom over Bibarel. And I guess Pokestop leaves too, which kind of sucks. But the Baxcalibur deck is fine. We'll talk more about rotation actually in like a future video very soon here on the channel. All right, we do have a new Ends Purrloin. So we have another new Ends card, which means we're probably going to get an Ends Liepard, I imagine. It's got the attack Pilfer. Does 20 damage. Your opponent reveals their hand, put a card you find there on the bottom of their deck. Sneaky little ability, or attack, sorry. Nothing really too crazy. I'm assuming we're getting Ends Liepard, which hopefully will be a little bit stronger. Again, we need to get better. We need more good Ends cards, right? Like, the Liepard better be decent, because Ends, Zoroark, it's a really cool deck idea. We just honestly aren't getting a lot of good support attackers for the Ends deck. So hopefully we get better Ends cards. Hopefully Liepard actually ends up being decent if we do get one, which I'm assuming we will. All right, we got a new Magearna here with the ability Auto Heal. As long as the Pokemon is in the active spot, whenever you attach an energy card from your hand to one of your Pokemon, heal 90 damage from that Pokemon. This is actually very similar to an old Miltank we had from, I think it was Crimson Invasion when it came out. Something like that. But yeah, there's a Miltank in the format that had the same ability. And honestly, this ability isn't terrible. 90 damage is a lot of damage to heal. Magearna does have a 1 or 3 cost. So the benefit of Magearna is that you can promote it for turn with the rescue board on it. You can use its free retreat that way. And if you're going to attach energy from your hand, you might as well use the Magearna as your pivot for turn so you can heal that Pokemon. This could be relevant against spread decks. Like, obviously, Dragapult isn't going anywhere, most likely with rotation. So Dragapult, you know, gets countered by Magearna a little bit. It's not a bad card. It's a little too niche. I'm not sold on if Magearna is going to be playable yet, but it definitely is a decent card. It's not the worst card ever. We just have to figure out the best deck that can play it. It really depends on how fast the format is and much Energy Excel really exists, but the ability could be good. The ability to heal is not bad. It could be a sneaky attack versus like Dragapult. That's probably the one matchup where I think this card will be the most effective in. All right, we do have some more new Hops cards. We got a Stage 2 line of Hops Corviknight here. So keep in mind when looking at Corviknight, there is all the other Hop support cards like the Double, the Choice Band, the Snorlax to do more damage. Hops Corviknight does have the attack Shoot Through, does 50 damage. Then the attack also does 50 damage to one of your opponent's bench Pokemon. So it's a stronger version of Zacian EX's attack that did 30-30. This one does 50-50. Not bad. Then you have Steel Wing, does 150 damage. During your opponent's next turn, this Pokemon takes 60 less damage. Yeah, it's fine. You can, give it 230 HP? Same HP as Zacian. 150 is considerably worse, though, than what Zacian can do. Again, you have all the modifiers. Yeah, Corviknight's, okay. It is a Stage 2, also, keep in mind. It is a bit more clunkier to get into play, but Shoot Through is not bad. It does have good damage modifiers. So it could be, maybe if this could actually work, there could be, a cool single-price deck you can make work with Corviknight and Cramorant and stuff. But, it's okay, right? It is a Stage 2. We do have the Rookity. Ironically, they had to give the Rookity a 2 energy attack cost to do damage. Because keep in mind, at a 1 energy attack cost, you could boost its damage and donk your opponent out of nowhere. And then we got Hops Corvisquire here. It's important to kind of look at them because, you never know. If they have, 1 energy attacks, they could do more damage. We got the return of Super Potion here. Now, Super Potion is a card that got printed a long time ago. Never really got a lot of play. It does have the effect heal 60 damage from one of your Pokemon. If you do, discard energy from that Pokemon. It's, okay. 60 damage heal is, fine. Nothing too crazy. There was a Hyper Potion in the format way back in the day, which was playable because it worked with double Turbo Energy, and you would heal 120 damage. You had to discard 2 energy, though. But again, with double turbos in the format, double turbo with Hyper Potion actually was a pretty solid combo. Yeah, it's fine. I'm not sure this card will be playable right away. Also, discard energy can be a little grief sometimes. It depends on the deck you're playing, I guess. But I don't think Super Potion is the most amazing card on the planet. It's a perfectly fine card. Not sure it's going to see much play, though. All right, what I know we'll see play is Hops Bag. Yeah, Hops Bag is kind of insane. Search your deck for up to 2 basic Hops Pokemon and put them onto your bench. Literally, they just gave, the Hop deck a free Battle VIP pass, effectively. That's crazy. This can also get you Zacian EX. It's not like Buddy Poffin where you're getting, the little guys, like the Rookity and Doubles pre-evolution, the Wooloo. No, you're actually getting, flat out the EXs too, and the bigger Pokemon like the Snorlax, which is crazy. Hop's Bag is ridiculous for the Hop deck. I really think the Hop deck is by far and away the standout trainer deck so far revealed from Battle Partners. Definitely the strongest of the decks. Hop's Bag is crazy for the deck. Yeah, just a wild card. Yeah, the Hops deck's looking pretty good. They're definitely making it pretty broken. It's got all these damage modifiers, and they gave it a free Battle VIP pass. Pokemon are really trying to push that Hop agenda, and it looks like Hop might actually be a very legit archetype when it releases, because it has a very good support search card behind it, which is wild. So yeah, definitely a very powerful card for the Hop deck for sure. We got a new supporter here, Iris's Fighting Spirit. Discard a card from your hand if you do. Draw cards until you have 6 in your hand. It's like fine. It's similar to like Bianca from back in the day that let you drop to 6. It's like a reasonable card. Is it better than Morty's Conviction, though? Because they're very similar cards. I don't think it is. Morty's Conviction technically can draw you more cards. You don't have to have only 6 in your hand, but in certain scenarios, Iris can draw you more cards. I don't know. It's like a perfectly fine card. I don't think Iris's Fighting Spirit is like super great or anything. It's a little bit too niche, and I think there are better supporters. I think overall Morty's Conviction is a better card than this card. Maybe this card could be useful within like Goldengo, I guess, because Goldengo maybe can have like a small hand off of an Iono or something, or maybe naturally after discard a ton of energy, their hand will be small, and then you can just play the Iris's Fighting Spirit. I don't know. It's like very niche. I think it's just a worse Morty's Conviction, but you know, I could be wrong. Maybe this card is actually good. I don't know. All right. Finally, we have End's Castle here, the last new card revealed. So they did have to give the End deck a Stadium card, and this one is decent. Each End's Pokemon in play has no retreat cost. So giving End's Pokemon a free retreat is pretty poggers. I mean, Zoroark, I think, had a 2 retreat cost. Darmanitan also has like a 2 to 3 retreat cost. Reshiram might have a big retreat cost too. I can't remember on that one. But yeah, giving the End's Pokemon a free retreat definitely makes the deck a little bit more appealing. The free retreat is really nice to have, right? Being able to kind of pivot between your attackers is good with your Zoroarks and stuff. Yeah, definitely not a bad card for the End's deck for sure. The End's deck does have Energy Acceleration and a decent Stadium card. The problem is we're just lacking in good attackers to copy overall. Like, there's a couple good attackers, Darmanitan, Reshiram, but the attackers are a little mid. So we'll have to see if they get any other good cards. Like I said, it looks like we are going to get a Liepard, so hopefully the End's Liepard is good, because the End's Castle is a great start for the End's deck, for sure, alongside End's PPA, but it's just the deck is lacking in power, I feel like, over the Hops deck, which is just pretty broken. Not going to lie, Hops is just going to be the best trainer deck, most likely, from this set, even if we do get another decent Pokemon for Zoroark to copy. Anyways, those are the new cards revealed. I think the Volcanion EX Magmortar combo is kind of cool in the same way you play Brute Bonnet and Sneasler. That's my take on that. The Wailord's kind of cool, too, with Baxcalibur. Could be a fun little deck. Magearna's decent. The Hops, Corviknight's, like, okay. Just, it's fine. And then, obviously, the Hops bag and the End's Castle are pretty cool. And we'll have to see what happens with Iris and Super Potion. Those are 2 cards that they're cool to have in the format. I just don't know how playable they're actually going to be. We'll have to see on that one, though. But yeah, those are the new cards revealed in the new set Journey Together, which is coming out in March. Can't wait. We might get more new card reveals very soon to you here on the channel, so definitely stay tuned for that. I'm excited to look at these cards. I'll leave a link to PokeBeach down below, the site I use for this video, in the description if you want to go check out the cards for yourself. And if you're new to the channel, make sure to subscribe down below. We're on the road to 20K subs. Leave a like on the video if you enjoyed, and I'll catch you on another video very, very soon. Bye-bye.